So y'all saved the best for last, I see. Good work.
That was my question. No. Mike Barber from the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Coach, when you look at a league...
Speak up just a little bit, please.
When you look at a league that has the depth of quarterback talent that the ACC has, what challenge does that present to your defense?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think this is a heck of a quarterback league. The film I've watched and the literature I've read, I don't know that there's more depth at that position in any other league in the country. So we've got our work cut out for us. Our scheme's designed to put pressure on the quarterback. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to change looks and make it hard for the decision maker. Make it tough on the play caller and the decision maker. We're kind of built that way. But this is a heck of a league for quarterbacks.
Coach Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. You've been an assistant for a while, and you said it had to be the right fit to make you change that and become a head coach. What is it about Virginia Tech that just made this the right place for you to make that move?
Yeah, it's a great question. What is it about Virginia Tech? I mean, it's a special place. It's not for everybody, but it was definitely for me. It was for these guys. It's a genuine place. I didn't have to pretend to be somebody I wasn't. We're going to do a great job of recruiting young men and families that identify with Virginia Tech and what's unique to us. We got a great degree. We got a great relationship with our community. We got an unbelievable game day environment. We're a blue-collar outfit. What you see is what you get. We're relationship-based. I mean, so this thing was the right time and the right place for me, for my family. It was important that what the administration, the vision for where this program needed to go, aligned with what I thought. I've always been close to this program. I was here 95, 6, and 7, and I've stayed, obviously keeping a watchful eye on it. And, so it was important to me that the vision and the direction that the administration, that Witt and those guys believed needed to happen was aligned with what I thought. And the welcome's been awesome, and we're certainly moving in the right direction.
Coach, a question from the podium. You did mention that you were in Blacksburg from 95 till 97. Must have seemed like a lifetime ago. What have you learned about football in all of those years?
Yeah, I've had the great fortune of working with some unbelievable coaches. I left Virginia Tech and went to Western Carolina for a run, and then went to Louisiana Lafayette with Ricky Bussell, who was a longtime coordinator in Blacksburg. Had the good fortune to work for Tommy West at the University of Memphis, Jeff Monken at Georgia Southern, and then James Franklin. So I've been around great folks, bunch of first-year head coaches, learned a lot. Son of a college football coach, 45 years. So it's kind of just in your blood. Certain things come easy. And I do believe this is my calling, and I'm in the right place.
We're going to go back to Dan in the front row to your left.
Coach, coming from Penn State, like you just spoke about recently, with all the realignment and different changes and movement we're seeing in collegiate athletics, how do you look at that as a head coach, knowing that there is some uncertainty as to the shifting and what's going to happen, and geographical barriers really don't matter anymore?
Yeah, for us, I've always been taught you worry about what you can control, right? That's where your focus is. What we can do is what's best for Virginia Tech. I love our brand. I don't know where else in the country, what other conference offers everything that the ACC does. Great academics, great climate, great cities, great rivalries, great talent. To me, it's a rare combination that I don't think you get in any other leagues. And I've been in the SEC and I've been in the Big Ten. So I love what we have to offer. I got tremendous faith in our commissioner and our ADs and our presidents. They're very engaged in this. And, I expect big things. Feel very confident.
Going to stay on the left-hand side, Coach. He's standing just now.
Hey, Coach. Tony Siracusa from Last Word on College Football. A new development today, just a couple hours ago, is the D1 Council recommending that all restrictions get taken off the transfer portal. The players can transfer as many times as they want to or need to, as long as they meet academic requirements. Does that make your job harder, maintaining your roster, your numbers, knowing who's coming and going?
Yeah, the transfer portal obviously has been, right after NIL, it's been next on my list. But, you know, we just need some end caps, right? We need some defining, some calendar dates that make sense so that it gives us a chance to keep the roster, you know, in good condition. So I'm all for these guys having opportunities to help themselves, to be in a better situation that fits them, but at the same time, to protect our program and our players, we need that roster to be healthy, and to do that, we need some endpoints.
Coach, to your left, she's standing up towards the double doors.
Candace Cooper here, Locked On ACC. Coach, what has impressed you about the guys who decided to stick around under your new leadership?
I'm sorry, one more time?
What has impressed you about the guys that have decided to return under your new leadership from the past regime?
Yeah, I think these guys are great examples. I couldn't be more proud of them. That's why they're here today with us. Great leaders, ton of maturity, have really worked through a lot of adversity. It's not easy to go through a coaching change, especially one that happens during the season. So my hat's off to these guys, and they've embraced myself, our new staff. They've been very positive, very supportive, and that's what it takes. You know, we're in this thing together, and we're supporting one another, you know, with the task at hand. So we've got really good young men in our program, and I'm excited about the experience and maturity that we have.
Coach, from the podium, I realize I'm asking a bit of an open-ended question, but you were part of an electric game day atmosphere at your last stop. And considering your first head coaching gig, was that home game day atmosphere a variable for you in deciding how it is you were going to progress in your career?
You know, the atmosphere is important, but to me, it's part of what makes up what's so special about Virginia Tech. It's got a passionate fan base, a ton of loyalty. There's a real connection between our fans, our community, and our football program, our university. I wanted a school like that. That was important to me. And, you know, we're going to be transparent. I'm going to be transparent because we want those fans to feel part of this thing. We want our alumni, our lettermen, to be part of this thing. And to do that, I think you have to be transparent.
Another question for Coach is going to come third row to your left.
Bob Holliday, WRL.com. Virginia Tech had one of the league's best defenses last year, and 7 guys from that defense are back. Knowing what you know about defense, how are you excited about, how excited are you about this prospect?
Yeah, you know, we've got a good group. Obviously, as a coach, you always, you know, you love the strengths, but it's our job to identify weaknesses and improve on those. And so we've done a good job of that this winter and spring. The guys are working their tails off to eliminate weaknesses or improve them. And, you know, it's our job as coaches for these guys to reach all of their potential and then some. Everyone, 120 guys on the roster, all of them reach their potential. We're going to have a pretty good football team. So that's where our efforts are. I like the guys that are returning on defense. I do think we have a fair amount of experience. But what's more important to me on both sides of the ball, our best players are our leaders and our best workers. And when you have that, that's usually a pretty good formula.
All right, we got 3 questions we're going to try to get into the left side. Coach.
Oh, excuse me. Looks like the Hokies just got another commitment. Thank you for the heads up in the back.
I thought they were raising their hands for a question, so thanks for that clarity.
Yeah, we just got better, guys. Yeah. Appreciate the thumbs up back there.
Gentleman with the microphone towards the double doors on the left.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Coach. I'm Mark Miller with Sports View Radio and Pennsylvania Sports Network. Over the years, many schools, and you know probably well, Penn State, have come down into Virginia and gotten a lot of great recruits. How important is it for you to basically close the border, and how hard of a task is that going to be for you?
Yeah, obviously know firsthand. It wasn't just Penn State. I was in that car and on those planes. Two of those kids from Virginia came over and saw us here at the hotel last night and this morning. Impact players at Penn State, and Virginia Tech wasn't in the conversation. Now, we got to fix that. But you get what you emphasize. And we're going to recruit the heck out of the state of Virginia. That's very important to me. I saw what it did for Coach Beamer and his staff and his program. I've always thought that about this place. It's the flagship school in the state of Virginia. But we got to put the work in. We got to invest in these coaches. We got to invest in these schools and these communities, and we're doing that. We started that from day one. So that's going to happen. And right now, recruiting for us, it starts in the state of Virginia. There's nobody else that should know more about kids in this state than Virginia Tech. No other program, not North Carolina, not Penn State, not South Carolina. Nobody else is going to know more about these prospects in the state of Virginia than us. We're not going to win all those battles, but we're going to win some of them. We're just behind the 8 ball right now. Go ahead.
Thank you. Your last question will come from the camera pit in the very back.
Hi, Coach. Dave Walls from ABC 13 in Lynchburg. We got a little bit of a taste of the quarterback decision that you're facing with both Grant and Jason in the spring game. Could you talk a little bit about their progress all the way back here, Coach?
I see you.
Okay. Could you talk a little bit about their progress and what sort of decision, what maybe their strengths and weaknesses are as you near this last month?
I'm excited about the quarterback position. Jason and Grant are both experienced play callers, signal callers. These guys, different kind of path, but what Jason did at the FCS level and then what he did at South Carolina, winning big games in big venues, that's what we would ask him to do here. Grant Wells was arguably, if not the best, one of the best quarterbacks in his conference for 2 years in a row. So both these guys bring a ton of experience, a lot of maturity. They're leaders, they're workers, they have different skill sets. I'm really excited about both of them. Whichever guy ends up number 1, we're going to have a hell of a good number 2 to go along with it.